And by the way, it's sort of. Yeah, and we were talking, we were speaking.
Actually, a little bit more.
The night test is just that. Yeah.
Thumb drive.
Yeah. Right. When you bring it out, it's like instead of saying Rockville Road Southeast, Rockville Southeast, and the way it's like, and then it's like 4 minutes.
Yeah.
It feels like it's large.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody, can I get your attention, please? Real quick, please. I know you're realtors, you like to talk, right? So on your desk, if you want to get a head start on this, there is a door prize entry form. You are entering to win a big screen, flat screen TV, right? And you are also entering to win a copy of 7L, the 7 Laws of Communication, signed if you want, which instantly reduces its value almost nothing. And we are also drawing for a $1,000 ticket to Referral Mastery Summit, which is completely sold out, and it is here in Atlanta at the end of March. So we're drawing for 3 things today. Your odds look really good. So, really good. So if you fill that out, please, and just keep that with you, we'll collect those at the end, and we'll draw, and we'll pick your name, I guarantee it, as long as your name is the one that's drawn. Thank you.
Yeah. Appreciate you.
I am adaptable. Nothing else.
Make sure.
Hey, what's up, brother? How are you doing? I'm not really pretty loose face to your whole audience. Good morning. So, how are we supposed to talk?
Oh, I don't know.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. All right, so how do you like our new grown-up look? So we are the last of the raw group to get updated. And they wanted to say the best of last because they wanted to fix all the problems that they had in the previous offices. So got, this is the upgraded version, which I love. Hey, like the screens.
Cool.
And for you guys are home on Facebook now, there's like 9 microphones here where you, am I saying the truth? Where's Scott?
There's 6 microphones.
Is that right? How many microphones? 6?
Six.
I did 3 more without you knowing it, sorry. Anyway, guys, so good morning. If you're here for the first time, hold your hand up. All right, if you're here the first time, go ahead and introduce yourself. I'm embarrassed. Come on, guys.
Sorry, guys. My name is Dylan Callan. We both go to Roswell High School and we're marketing interns for Janice Overbeck's team. So we're just super excited to, you know, get a feel for what real estate is. It's both super interesting to us, and so that's why we're kind of doing this whole thing.
Cool, well, right ahead, introduce yourself, sorry.
I'm Wyatt Westbury. As he said, I'm an intern in the marketing team at Janice Overbeck. And we're just super excited to learn a lot about real estate.
Glad to have you also.
I'm Aiden Ross. I'm here on behalf of Mr. Russell. I'm currently still in real estate school. We're gonna get my license, but just checking it out.
Give my hand, guys. Make me embarrass you guys. Anybody else here for the very first time? Well, we'll get to you. Anybody here for the first time? All right, guys, come on up, Sean. So guys, as you know, we're looking long and hard for a new assistant tenure called Director of Growth. And I was introduced to Sean. You want to go, Sean?
Yeah, it seems like it was a year ago.
So guys, I'm gonna let Sean introduce himself and tell you a little bit about the background. So let's welcome Sean.
So like Jim said, we were introduced about 3 months ago. It felt like 6 years ago. Lots of conversations at Jim's table in his office.
And I'm excited to be here as the new director of growth. My understanding is this office is primed for some growth, so I'm ready to get involved with you guys and start learning about you and your businesses and helping you grow, as well as helping this office grow. A little bit about me, grew up in Atlanta, just west of Atlanta, Douglasville, so been here my whole life, very familiar with it, live in Smyrna, wife, 2 kids, got a 12-year-old. Did I hear a woohoo for Smyrna? All right, there we go. My wife Hannah works for Elf on the Shelf here in Atlanta, so she's awesome. I have a 12-year-old son who plays baseball here, 643 in Marietta. My 3-year-old son is Ripken, and he's full of energy and spunk and is currently going through leukemia. So if you see me out of the office, that's probably why. He's doing awesome though. Yeah, so really excited to be here. Been in real estate for 10 years now. My brother and I ran a team, have been at all kinds of brokerages, from Ultra Lux at Beecham and Company to, doing our own thing. So, my brother's a bold coach. Some of you may have sat and watched him do a bold class. His name is Dustin Kimberly. So really excited to be here. Appreciate the opportunity from Jim, and look forward to meeting all you guys.
Give my hand, guys. Let us move on to the next thing. Kimberly, over here, tell us something. Anybody want to share anything different what's going on with them or with them? Anybody?
This training room looks awesome.
Yeah.
Say it again.
The training room looks awesome.
The training room does look amazing, exactly right, guys. I could not be more happy with it. We look like we're growing up again. But what happened that has embarrassed me was when our 85-year-old owner of the Southeast region was here, and he looked at our screen on the wall, and he says, "You all need to update your stuff. That's really ancient." So I thought, if somebody pointing this out, guys, we need to do it. So guys, we're thrilled to have it. And thrilled to have it. It's done. It's great. And by the way, thanks to Scott. Let's give Scott a big hand. It always happens seamlessly. So guys, we're glad to have Scott on our team. It's amazing. Let us move on then. Don't forget to tag us on Facebook, guys, but whatever, every time we do that, please tag us on Facebook, okay? All right, next, broker open house. This is Stephanie Venables open house. Is Stephanie here about that?
She is not.
She's not, you want to say anything about it?
Unfortunately, I don't know a lot about this listing. It is around the corner. It is a broker open day. I believe it begins at 11 o'clock. 11 to 1. So you, if you don't mind, when you have a minute, leave here and go check out this house. It's really nice. It's combo.
Please write this down, go support her, because, as you know, Jansen Overbeck teams comes to us at least once a month and comes and supports us. So please go support her. You'll appreciate your feedback. So please go do that. Oh, look at this gorgeous new screen. I love it. Okay, all right, our partners. Who's up first? Thomas and Brown.
All right, I'll do it.
Come on.
Hey, y'all, I'm Emily Smith with Thomas and Brown, and it's March. It's March 4th. Mardi Gras, y'all. And I just want to talk about classes. We have a bunch of classes coming up. Cheryl King, who just got back from Mardi Gras in NOLA, is going to be teaching. We've got, on the 6th, Sandy Springs, Atlanta Realtors, you can sign up for that. Making of a closing, and then we've got 2, Show Me the Money, Earnest Money Chit Chat, is gonna be here on the 13th, or if you don't wanna take it here, you can take it at KWRP. And then there's also a Cobb Association of Realtors. If you're a new agent and need to take some license law, you can sign up through Cobb Association of Realtors on March 17th. It's a lucky day. Also, I am out of the Buckhead office, and I'm down there. We deal a lot with condos. And so we get a lot of questions about condos. We get a lot of heartache and headache about condos. I'm sure if you dealt with one, you do too. I have a good friend that I started out with 30 years ago in business, 25 years ago in business, Jamie Lyons. And she actually literally wrote the book on Georgia Condo Association law. So I'm having her come to a lunch and learn with me down in Buckhead. We're going to feed y'all Mexican food, and we're going to talk about condos. So come join us on, it's actually April 2nd, and that's what we're gonna do. So be on the lookout for our social media on that, and y'all sign up. We'll see you there.
Thank you very much. All right, who's up next? Thomas and Brown? Thomas and Brown, Supreme or Silverton? It's Supreme or Silverton. Which one? Silverton. Hey.
Crawling out.
Yeah, we're crawling out. We're gonna have to do something different in the future, right? Well, good morning, everybody.
Great to be here with you guys. I'm Reed Clark with Silverton Mortgage.
I'm Danielle Delaney with Silverton Mortgage.
And Jim, I kept my mouth shut when you said to give, who has some good news for today, because I have good news. This is genuine good news. This isn't made up, blowing smoke good news. Kimberly, drum roll please. That's my first grandbaby. And that's me, that's her papa praying for her right there. And so that boy right there was 13 when I first came in this office 13 years ago. So, yeah, that's Scotty and, that's Paul. So, yeah, you guys, we are very excited. That's my good news. I think that's wrong. Whatever your good news are. Danielle.
Interest rates, I think, are also good news. We're quoting 5.99 on FHA, with little points, and conventionals about 6.6, 6.5, somewhere in there, so.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens with rates over the next weeks. I mean, with the tariffs hitting today with Canada and Mexico and the retaliatory tariffs also from China. So, who knows? We don't know. We can tell you, my friends there at Supreme can also, when you call about interest rates, we can tell you what they are today. Don't ask us about tomorrow. We can tell you what they were last week, but don't ask us about tomorrow. So anyway, we'd love to help you guys. It's a privilege to be in here with you. Thanks.
All right, up next is our sponsor, Welcome Civic Organized, Save Me. They did. Good to see you.
So good to see you. Hi, everybody. Good morning, Keller Williams. What a wonderful room. Why you're applauding me? I've done nothing yet, but thanks. I'll take it.
You showed up.
All right. Oh, I did. I brought you breakfast. There you go. Okay. Applause accepted. Okay. I'm Heather Rogers of Simply Organized, and I think I've been a vendor here 13 years. So I know a lot of you, but I don't know a lot of you. So, if you don't mind, I want you to be my guinea pig this morning. I am coming up with a new survey for real estate agents. Are you ready? Okay, raise your hand if you've done the following for your buyers or sellers. Decluttered, depersonalized, packed, unpacked, cleaned, landscaped, pressure washing, painting, change of address, locksmith. I've done that. Relocated pets or koi? I'm relocating koi this time. Okay. Errands, staging, interior design, grocery shopping, project manager, reselling, photography. Okay. You do this to get your clients in or out of their homes, right? For no additional compensation. You do this because you think you have to do it. What if you could hire someone to do all of those things for you? That's Simply Organized, okay? I have a team of 12 organizers. We take on the liability. We take on the physical labor. We take on the mental health challenges. Okay, you've all been there. We know. We've been there with you, all right? We've helped over 4,000 clients in the last 15 years of business, and we would love for you to trust us with your clients. So what I am asking for is for you to value your own time and save your own time and refer us to your clients as early and often as possible. So the minute you meet them for listing, or if you get a buyer, we can do all that for you, okay? All right, any questions? No? All right, we have flyers and cards in the vendor area for you if you need them. And I just want to thank you again for 13 years of business. We've gotten 80% of our clients from this office. So thank you. Thank you very much.
7 years ago, my wife passed away suddenly, and the office gave me unlimited amount of time with this lady. And I'm telling you guys, she came in and saved me. She got rid of all the stuff that I didn't want to get rid of.
So guys, use her because, she had these 3 bags. She said, this is the keep bag, this is the giveaway bag, and this is the throwaway bag. Do I remember that correctly?
Yeah.
Is that correct? Guys, use her because literally she's fantastic. Anybody she sent you will be fantastic, but she'll make sure that you have leverage and you don't have to do it yourself, which is cool. So guys, we love this lady. Use her as often as you can. Let's give her a big hand.
Thank you.
Whiteboard C2Ts,
Thank
guys.
you, Jim.
This is our belief system. We talk about this a lot. Let's share it with me.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Y4C2Ts this morning?
This morning?
Yes.
Maybe communication.
Like,
Yeah.
what communication?
It seems like the past couple of weeks, the agents, not you guys in the room, but the people we're co-oping with, communication has been lacking. Because everybody thinks they just get a quick text or a quick email, and they think that they've communicated something to its fullest extent, and I've had to step in several times to ask people to pick up the phone and talk to each other on the phone.
Who's been misunderstood over text before?
Yeah.
Did you intend to say that? No. But that's what they were, so guys, communication is great, because I've been involved, a couple of people, like, did y'all actually talk to each other about this? Well, not yet, Jim. Well, call them. It's not complicated. Anyway, Sherry, thank you for that one. All right, listen presentation with Patty Jackson. Patty, you're here. I saw you. Tell them about the listening presentation that you're gonna do for us on 11 to 12 on March 5th.
We're going to actually do like a mock presentation, and I believe Liz Carr is gonna help me if she's available, if she's able to, she said. Otherwise, I'm gonna pull someone out of the audience, so be prepared. And we're gonna talk about why all the different things are important aspects of the going through the process. So for each step, so the pre-listing, we're gonna talk about that, things that you should ask questions on the phone, and then as each step goes through, we're gonna talk about why the different parts of it are important and why you need to internalize your script so that it comes out just effortlessly, like that.
Thank you. And we cannot wait to be there with you on the 5th. Which is tomorrow, okay? Get in your green on with our March listening contest. Sherry,
Yes.
come on.
All
Get your
right.
green pants on. We love it.
Hey, it is March, so March is the month of green. All right, so our listing contest kicked off March 1st. It is running through March 17th. We've shortened it this year a little bit. Your listing agreement, the acceptance date has to be March 1st. That means it can still be in coming soon status. I just need that acceptance date to be March 1st through March 17th. After that, we quit counting them. We've got 5 different ways to win. Mega Team gets to win. There's first place for Mega Team. There's first place for group, team, individual, and then we added a new category this year. So everybody that's been licensed 3 years or less, every time you take a listing, your name is gonna go into a hat, and then we will pull an extra drawing out of the hat. So we're trying to get our new guys up and going and motivated. We've seen it, we've sent an email, I'll post it on Facebook, and then I'll resend this again today, but these are all the ways that you can win. So you can win for, if the house has a green roof, if the word green is in the address. Lots of different ways. You gotta have a green primary, green carpet, send me a photo, post it on social media to let me know, and I will add up the points. And potentially one listing could have up to 9 points for just one listing. So get your listings turned in, get the listing appointment set, get the listings taken and get them turned in, because I've got to see it in command for it to count. Any questions? All right, awesome. Yes.
Yes, I have a question.
Yes.
So if I'm shaky on my listing presentation, what do you advise me doing tomorrow at 11?
Oh,
Yes. Be here for Patty's listing presentation. If you need help tweaking scripts, get some ideas, yes, be here for her presentation. Awesome. Thank you guys.
let's give a hand to you all. Then you're wearing cappers, guys. This is one of my favorite things that I do is that we hand out, and for the first time, I've been here for 14 years, almost end of April. I stole one of these caps, and I love the color of blue, navy blue, which is watch that. So our cappers, let's go through them quickly, okay? Cappers, peanut butter, bluebird, we joined us about a year ago from a lot of communities, and she has loved being here. I love having her. So congratulations, Tina, for capping. Liz Carr, are you here, Liz Carr? Let's give her a hand. Carr. Kim Cross, I saw you back there. You know, congratulations, I'm proud of you. So proud of you. All right. And the next one is Peggy Desiderio. Let's get Peggy. It's coming right now. Peggy, from the beginning, she's one of the investors that put money in this office, and she is a great supporter of me and Paul. Let's give Peggy one more hand. Give her a hand. All right, also Patty Jackson, yay! Yeah, let's get Patty a hand here. All right. Laura Latham. Sorry, Robert, tap it in. Okay, lesson learned, we're gonna take lesson learned very quickly today. And it's gonna be my lesson learned. Who heard about Gary's announcement yesterday? Tell me what you heard. Let's almost start off. What you hear, Susan?
I don't know. The part of the company was selling.
Okay.
No, closed off the shares.
So part of the company, what? Okay, it was sold. Okay, all right. Okay, what else have you heard?
Capital investor bringing some money into.
Okay, capital investor, exactly right, bringing some money in to boost, whatever they want to boost. What else did you hear?
Partnering with new technology, and I mean, that's what I got from the message from Gary.
Is that important to you?
No.
So,
Oh, I just don't, I mean, I would love to know how it would benefit me in a greater way. Sure.
okay, all right, I get that. I have the same question, right? Yes, ma'am.
Not to put Michael on the spot, but Michael Mayer made a very, if you could summarize his long, lab coat agent's little spiel last night. I don't know that, because he explained it very eloquently on how it's gonna be.
If you want to explain, bring it up when you come up in a few minutes, okay? Good, all right, so we'll let Michael explain. Okay, anybody else? Anybody else?
Gary's still chairman.
Gary's still chairman. Who wants to believe that Gary still has controlling interests? Yeah, I promise you, Gary did not give up controlling interest, because Gary is a control freak, like I am sometimes, so just got, so he's still running the company. Anything else that you gained from last night? Anybody worried about this?
No.
Anybody worried? Why are you not worried?
Stay in my lane.
Exactly right.
Stay in my lane and keep my mind on the business that pays me, keep my mind on my purpose, and then go take some action.
My original concern in hearing this was it gonna trickle down to more costs to be an agent with this company? So that's, I mean, that's what perked my ears with it, was we're expanding our technology ability. And so my first thought was, is it gonna cost me more to cap? Is it gonna, how is this gonna affect me in a negative way?
Cool. And could that happen? I think it could, I mean, we don't know, so that could happen. Anybody else?
We're all about technology, and we're a technology company, so why are we bringing in somebody who's core logic when we've been stating for years that we want to have our own technology so nobody else has control and our data is our own? So how is that changing, and why I mean, yes, we need more money, that's great, but why?
Money.
Money, okay. Well, CoreLogic certainly has a lot of data that people pay for, is what I've been told. I mean, I wish I had an answer for you. Guys, what I heard about this was yesterday morning as I was getting ready to come in, I get a text, pay attention to your emails when there's something coming to you from Gary Keller. I went, how do you know something's coming from Gary Keller? How do you know that? So guys, I came in, I saw the email, and it said that, there's a mandatory meeting, which I don't do mandatory very well. Mandatory meeting at 10 o'clock our time, 9 o'clock, Austin time here, Gary Keller, 11 machines. So anyway, and so I know about as much about it as you all do. Now guys, for you people here that are very young, it's my 42nd year in real estate. And I've heard predictions from day one to day, 42 years later, that this is gonna change the way we do business. You guys, it never has. So guys, I have zero worry about this, zero. Because if Gary wants to bring in a partner that's gonna bring money into the company, thanks to him and other stuff, God bless him. And what we will know what the end will be when we find out this is what a change is. So guys, I'm not worried about that. Go out and sell real estate. It will not affect us. I don't think the market center could it do that. It could, but guys, the stuff I'm worried about, that's not one of them. Any questions for me? Yes, ma'am.
they bring in shareholders with their money, and so it's all about profitability in the bottom line. So is there concerns that profit share could be an issue or cost, because it's all about the bottom line for their profit. They didn't join us for fun.
They joined us because we're close to wow.
We're amazing, but that's, I mean, a concern.
And this started, this is what Gary told me thing. Mo Anderson, was the one that took this company from good to great. Gary Keller will tell you it was Mo Anderson that did that. It wasn't him. In fact, they fired him. He fired himself and brought Mo in. Mo's the one that changed us. And Mo is 87 years old, I think, in May. And she gave her money. She said, I want my money. Because I won't be able to take my estate, move my estate, what I want to do with it. So I want my money. Please buy me out. So they brought these big people in to buy her out because she owned a fair amount of stock in this company. So guys, anyway, just stay tuned. Yes, sir, Barry.
Think there's a possibility Keller Williams goes public?
That's a great question. And could it, Barry, I guess it could. Why would that, I guess? For more money, I guess, right?
Get an institutional investor, I mean, where's the return, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, they're not coming in here giving a bunch of money just so that they can, you know, make an annual profit. They're gonna want to turn that money.
Why did the same guys buy them Compass?
What
Why did the same type people invest in Compass?
comes public?
So maybe we're the same thing. I don't know. Well, guys, that's a great question. I don't have an answer to it because that's above my pay grade. So guys, just stay tuned. Just keep doing this the way you are. And if things change, I'll be the first to tell you. Anything else? Let's move on and welcome Michael Mayer. And I cannot wait. Come on up, Michael. Whoa. Give him a hand. You're in charge.
Appreciate it.
Don't embarrass me.
Okay, everybody up, stand up, please. Stand up, be careful with your chairs. Stand up. Get your asses up, let's go. Are you in real estate or not? I know it's tough with these tables. All right, I want you to partner up, pair up with the person next to you. Find somebody next to you. Right, partner up. Everybody got a partner? I prayed for an even number this morning. So, all right, if you have the longest hair, you are the A. If you're the A, raise your hand if you're the A. All right. Now, if you are the one with the shortest hair or no hair, you are the A plus. Raise your hand if you're the A. Right? Dave Ramsey loves you for a reason. All right. So we're gonna do role play for the next 4 hours. You guys ready? You good? Okay, I'm just kidding. Here's the thing. All I want you to do, A's, A pluses, first of all, just greet each other. I don't know if you All right, if you can hear my voice, clap your hands once. If you can hear my voice, clap twice. If you're happy to know it, clap 3 times. All right, I can do that. I have kids. Now, I want you to greet your neighbor in a slightly different way. Now, I want you to greet them like they just came up to you in this office and they have a folder in their hand. And they came up to you and they said, hey, listen, I need you to take care of a client for me. In this folder is $1 million contract. They're buyers. They're closing in 30 days. But I'm going to Hawaii for 60 days. And I don't want to worry about these clients. I want you to take them to the home stretch for the next 30 days. Inspections are done. All the paperwork's done. All the I's have been dotted, the T's have been crossed. All I want you to do is to take care of them, answer their questions, and show up at closing. That's all I'm asking. And here's the thing. I don't want to split this with you 50-50. I don't even want a 25% referral fee. I want you to keep 100% of that $1 million commission in 30 days. I want you to greet your new friend like they just gave you that folder. Go. You can hear my voice twice. And you're happy to know it, clap 3 times. Now, I want you to greet your new friend in a slightly different way. Today is your 25th year high school reunion. Now, you haven't even had a first high school graduation, so you're gonna have to really throw this forward. But you're at your 25th year high school reunion. Today is the day. You have not seen your best friend for 25 years. You've seen what they're doing on Facebook. They've seen what you're doing on Facebook. And guess what? It's one of those where you graduated, you know, you hung out in high school. They know things about you like you would never want in their memoirs, you know what I'm saying, right? But what happens at the end of graduation? One of you goes one way to start a family, go to school, get a job. The other of you goes the opposite way, with Journey, separate ways, playing in the background. Definitely aged myself right there. So you go your separate ways until today. Today is the first time that you have seen your best friend from high school in person. I want you to greet your new friend like you just walked in. Go. All right, if you hear my voice, clap one. If you can hear my voice, clap twice. If you're happy now and you know it, clap 3 times. Please have a seat. Please have a seat. All right. What went up in the room? Energy went up. Energy went up. So why did the energy go up? Why did the energy go up? Say again? The situation changed, right? But what changed about the situation? You were still just greeting someone.
Your relationship.
Your relationship where?
There was a promise of money.
Right?
Or vacation. No vacation there.
So, all right, what else?
Happy.
We're happier, right? And where did we change? What makes us happy? All right, so the relationship changed, but where did the relationship change? Did the relationship change geographically?
Hold it down one second. Guys, there's a seat here. There's a couple seats right there. If y'all don't have a seat, come on. Come on, come on, come on. Yeah, come on, Karen, there's one right there for you. Come on, come on, come on. Thank you, Michael. Absolutely. Oh, there's one here. That's fine. All right, so what had to change the energy? What had to change? The what? Mindset, right? The mindset had to change. Your mindset changed in every different greeting. Would you agree? So how long did it take you to change that mindset? Instant. It was instant. It was instant. Some of you are looking for energy. Some of you need some motivation and energy in your business. All you have to do is change your mindset, and you can change your mindset in an instant. In an instant. So change your mindset, change your energy. Now, here's the other thing, is which greeting was the best? The friend, right? Isn't it interesting that it was the friend? And for some of you, how many of you was when you got that folder? Right, that could be the life-saving folder, you know? So here's the thing. How would you describe the person who comes up to you in the office and gives you a folder with $1 million contract that's gonna close in 30 days? And they don't want anything. They don't want any of the commission. They want you to just take care of their friend, answer their questions, and show up at closing. What are some words you would use to describe that person? Delusional. Right? Maybe.
Generous.
What?
Generous.
Generous. What else?
Trusting.
Trusting, for sure. What else? What?
Kind.
Kind. What else?
Well, I'm wondering if my friend is healthy.
Yeah, yeah. Are they healthy? Are they crazy? Are they borderline delusional, right?
Yeah.
And here's the point. That person who gives you that person and doesn't expect anything in return is every single unlicensed referral source in your life. Your friend, Molly, who gave you the referral, is that person. Is she crazy? Is she delusional? No, she's generous and appreciative and kind and trusting. And here's the thing, like, that's every single referral you get from an unlicensed person. Is that person giving you a folder? And you know what they want? They don't want money. They want you to take care of your friends, answer their questions, and show up at freaking closing. That's their expectations. So how should we treat all these referral sources that are giving us referrals?
VIPs.
We should treat them like gold. We should treat them like MVPs, VIPs, and we can give them some ESP, right? So here's the thing, right? That's the next one. And here's the other thing. Is we need to understand something. Is that the reason we get or don't get referrals is by our greeting. I watch people come in today. You think you passed the greeting test,
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
right? Do you think you passed the greeting test? Or were you so self-inflicted that you couldn't see anybody else? Right? So worried about yourself that you can't just stop and go, when I come into this room, I'm not aware of myself at all. I'm 100% aware of everyone that's in this room. And I am going to project love, generosity, and appreciation to this room. Yes or no? And if the answer is no, it's all right. It's a lesson learned, yes? And that's why I'm here today, is to hopefully give you the answers to how to get more referrals. I'm literally going, and you're like, who the heck is this guy? Some of you don't even have a clue who I am, and I love that. Right? That's my fault, not your fault. So I wrote a couple of books, they did pretty well, blah, blah, blah. But my real claim to fame is real estate. In real estate, I did 37 transactions in my first year in Kansas City. Rookie of the year, and the second place was 13 transactions. And my next year I did 87. My third year I did 187, all on my own. Every single contract I touched. The next year, 205, 213, 218, 250, 255.
You know your numbers.
Huh?
You know your numbers.
I know my numbers. I know my numbers. I knew my numbers. It's pretty easy to remember one number per year. I'm just telling you. Like birthday, which one am I at? I have trouble with that. But you asked me how many transactions I did, I'm on it, right? How many families we helped? I had it. But here's the thing, 100% referrals. Every year, 500 to 600 referrals. 500 to 600 referrals. And you know how many the average agent gets? 3 to 5 a year. 500 to 600 referrals a year. Every day I woke up to a text message, an email, or a phone call message that said, we have a friend who needs to buy or sell. Every morning. What would that be like for you? What would that be like? How would that feel? How would that change your life? If every morning you woke up, I need a loan. Every morning, somebody said, I have a referral for you. My sister needs to refinance. My sister needs to get a loan. On the real estate side, every morning, somebody just says, hey, listen, my friend needs some help selling her house. It's gonna probably be 6 months. But every day you woke up to that, how would that change your life? Would it change your life? It would?
Yes.
So I have the ability to start you on the way to change your life today. Isn't that cool? Right? Because here's the thing, is how many of you know that you could make a decision today that would adversely affect your life in 30 days? How many of you could make a choice today, make a decision today, that it would adversely affect your life in the next 30 days? Right? So here's the thing, if that's the possibility, we have to at least accept the possibility that you could make a decision today that would positively change your life in the next 30 days. How many of you believe that's the case? Or do you just feel like you can't change your life? Are you just a victim of it all? Are you just a leaf in the wind? Or are you solid oak, baby? Which are you? Today's your chance to maybe do some internal review on that and figure out where you're at. Here's the thing about the greeting. This happens to me every time I speak. Every time I speak, I get a Facebook message or a text message or an email about what happened to them. In the next 30 to 60 days, you are going to meet the greatest referral source in your life. This person is going to refer you more people than you've ever been referred before. But what's the problem? What's the problem?
We're not paying attention.
Raise your hand, shoot it out. There's too many people here for popcorn. Yeah.
We're not paying attention.
We're what?
We're not paying attention.
Well, maybe we're not paying attention. We could be just face down in the phone, yeah? Right? I mean, that's a problem these days. right?
Communication.
What? What now?
Communication. You have to teach them how.
We have to maybe teach them how, right? But to teach them, they have to first be what? They have to be listening, you have to be engaged, we have to be communicating, right? They have to know we're interested.
You have to
Right.
help them.
Huh?
You have to help them.
Absolutely, we need to help them, and what if I told you we can help them without saying a word? You can help them and help yourself at the same time in nanoseconds. How you greet people determines whether they refer you. How you greet them, or how you pay attention. How you greet them determines. So here's the thing I want you to do. The problem in my scenario is that we don't know who that person is gonna be. So for the next 30 to 60 days, how are we gonna greet everyone? Greet everyone. Like they could be the greatest referral source in your life. Greet everyone that way. And here's what I'll tell you. One of the greatest referral sources of my life came in. Second transaction I ever did. I did a housewarming party for my very first client. I got 11 referrals from my very first client. So I became the realtor who does housewarming parties for buyers, right? That's what I did. Had a whole system for it. If you're interested, I can teach you a whole lot more about that. But here's the thing, is at that party was Spencer Egan. Spencer Egan needed to buy a home. Spencer and April Egan ended up buying a $60,000 home in Kansas City. 60,000. Now, after splits, after fees, after costs, this housewarming party in my second transaction was going to cost me as much as I was going to make. So did I do the housewarming party? I said, listen, I'm the guy who, when you buy a house with me, we're doing a housewarming. So did I mean, this is a financial decision. I didn't have any money, right? I didn't have any money at all. I was more in debt. Did I do the party?
Yes.
Oh, that's easy for you to say. I did the party. At the party, I met April's parents who ended up selling a $400,000 home and buying a $600,000 home. Fast forward 3 years, Spencer goes to Columbia, Missouri. I refer him to an agent in Columbia, Miss Mendenhall. Miss Mendenhall gets him into a home. They live there for 5 years while he goes to college. And when he comes back to Kansas City, it is now Dr. Spencer Egan and April. And now they have 2 kids. They come back, they buy an $850,000 house in Kansas City. But in between that time, they had referred me dozens of people from that circle, from people I've met at the housewarming party. So here's the lesson. You don't know who's going to be the greatest referral source of your life. So every person from now on, you meet them. And here's what I'll tell you about people. They will rise or fall to your expectations. If you meet someone and you think this is a waste of time, here's what I'll guarantee you. It'll be a freaking waste of time. If you meet with someone and you're like, man, there's opportunity behind this person. I know I've actually got to wear pants today. This is a big deal, right? And you go and you meet them and guess your expectation is this could be the greatest referral source of my life. You know what people do? They rise to that expectation. So for the next 30 to 60 days, let's work on our greeting game. Let's work on our greeting game. Let's be better at greeting. Let's put the phone away until we've made a really good greeting. And then we'll take it from there. See what happens with the relationship and go from there. Are you good with that? Are we good with that? That's it. That's all I want to say. Are you okay with that? I mean, that's the lesson. The rest of this is all icing on the cake. You want me to go on or you want me to stop? Better not. Okay. Well, I'll keep going then, because Jim told me to. You do have a form on your desk to fill out. We are giving away a flat screen TV. We are giving away a $1,000 ticket to Referral Mastery Summit, and we are giving away a book. We will collect those in the end. Love to have you. That's me. Who cares? All right. So the first thing that you have to understand is that you have to understand that you have to change your mindset about success. Success is not a 180-degree turn. Success is not 180. I'm not here to change your mind 180 degrees. You've been to those presentations. You've seen success is a 1-degree tweak. What I'm going to ask for you today is I'm going to tweak it just a little bit and get you to open up and learn how do you get referrals? Because getting referrals is not some huge technique. It is just a 1-degree tweak in your mindset. That's it. So how do we do that? The next thing is viewer discretion is advised. I don't know if I'll cuss, I probably won't. But if I do, don't judge me too harshly. The second thing is, what I'm about to tell you is in no reference to Keller Williams, is not Gary's or Jim's or anybody else's opinions or thoughts, they're mine. Okay, so I just want you to know that. All right. So we're gonna begin with the end in mind. Isn't it a great idea to begin with the end in mind here? And when I say end, I mean end, like our end of days. How do you want to be remembered? How do you want to be remembered? Raise your hand. What's one word you want people to use to describe you? Yeah. Kind. Purposeful. Purpose driven. Nurturing, right? Well, anything else? Like, yeah. Sincere, right? And it's like, all right, what are these 3 words that are going to be put on your tombstone? Like, what do you want on your tombstone? You know, like, you want your name on there? Probably. Right? You want the dates on there? Probably going to happen anyway. What are the other 3 words? What are those 3 words? And you know what? We need to get really clear about that. And then you might want to ask your friends, am I nurturing? Am I purpose driven? Am I this? And see what they say. Get their honest feedback. But I'm going to throw out, there's 3 words that you might want to be remembered. I'm just going to throw that out. Okay. They're the 3 words that are mentioned on more tombstones than any other. And I'm going to share that with you later. Now, here's the next question is how many of your clients would attend your funeral? How many of your clients would attend your funeral? Past clients, forever clients, whatever you want to call them. How many of them would be there to support you at your funeral? And going to the funeral is hard, isn't it? Like, it's hard. It's hard. I've been to, like, the older I get, it seems like I would go to more funerals. That interesting correlation there, right? But it's like, how many of your clients would be there? Now, please understand, what I'm not saying is how many of your clients would be the reason for your funeral. And if you've been in real estate very long, how many of you know what I'm talking about right there? Yeah, we want clients that have pushed me to the brink, people. Like, you're gonna cause me a heart attack, I swear. But it's like, all right, how many of our clients, what if all of them were there? What if all of your past clients, your forever clients, had such a great relationship with you that they were all there, the ones you wanted to be there, right? You can choose the 10% that, like, you're gonna no longer communicate with, if you know what I'm saying, right? So here's the thing. I want to talk about the death of a realtor. I just talked about the death of a realtor. I'm just kidding. I'm going to talk about the death of a salesperson. Now, the death of a salesperson was a play from the 1949. It was written by a guy named Arthur Miller. Now, this play won a Tony Award, a Pulitzer Award. It won a ton of awards. When we went into Germany after World War II, the death of a salesman was one of the first plays that went there. And it played to standing ovation, standing ovation, standing ovation. One of the most popular plays ever, right? Now, Arthur Miller is somewhat famous for writing this play, but he's more famous for something else he did. Does anybody else know what Arthur Miller is famous for? Huh? He married Marilyn Monroe, right? I mean, good move on his part. So here's the thing, right? So he married Marilyn Monroe. He became Sir Arthur Miller, interestingly enough. Not from the marriage, but in correlation. But here's the thing, it's the death of a salesman. And we need to think about that a little bit because what we're seeing on the horizon, what we've seen in the near past, is we've seen a lot of realtors that have committed and gotten out of the business. Yes, right? The death of their career has happened. And I saw the other, right, you guys have seen it, 71%, 74%. I don't know if you know it, but in the age of history, over 50% of all realtors don't do a single transaction a year that are listed in MLS and are NAR participants. But there's mortgage people that are NAR participants. There's inspectors who are NAR members. There's a lot of people who don't want to do any transactions in that group. So it's a little misleading anyway. But guess what? In 4 out of 5 years, every 4 years out of 5 years, 80% of all realtors are out of business. 80% within 4 years. And it's like, Some of you might be thinking, I'm an entrepreneur, my numbers are better than that. No, you go to the SBA, the numbers are 4 years, right? 4 to 5, in the first 5 years, 80% of them are out of the business or no longer have their small business. Why are they all failing? Why are they all messing up? And here's the thing, the death of a salesman, spoiler alert, the salesman died. I know, crazy. But here's the thing, how did he die? How did he die? Now, it wasn't a realtor, you know how old realtors, right? You know how realtors die, right? Old realtors don't die, they become listless, right? Listless. You guys list the last list. I'm a dad. Dad goes number 1. But not, he didn't become listless, okay? The death of a salesman, how do you think he died? How do you think the salesman died? How do you think he died? Huh? What? Or out of poverty? Can you die from poverty? Because I would have done that early in my life. Oh. But here's the thing, I'll just say, he committed suicide. Unfortunately, he committed suicide, right? And here's the problem that I want to put out there, is that I see it too often when realtors commit professional suicide. I see it too often when business owners commit professional suicide. They get out of the business, they quit too soon. And here's what I want to throw out to you. I don't think we need to kill the realtor. I don't think we need to have a death of realtor. I think we need to see the death of how sales are done. And I think we need to kill how traditional sales have always been done. That's what I think. And that's what I'm going to put out to you today. Is that okay? All right. So here's the thing. How many of you have ever been chased by a stranger? Like after 5th grade when it was cool to be chased by a stranger? Anybody been chased by a stranger as an adult? Anybody? Right? What are your 2 responses to, yeah, it's fight or flight. Well, guess what? Here's the other thing. How many of you have ever been pursued by a salesperson? How many of you have ever been attacked by a salesperson? How many of you have ever had somebody attack you at your own door? Yeah, right. So what is our reaction? It's fight or flight. Now, here's the good thing about people, is that only about 2% of all people are ready for a fight. Right? Only about 2%. And here's the thing, right? You get in with a client, you've done this before. And it's like, they were ready for a fight before you got there. And now you happen to talk to them and you're in a fight. And it's like, here's the thing, if you're fighting, you're fighting. And the whole transaction is a what? Because you're both in a fight. It's a battle. And at the end of a battle, how do both people feel? Exhausted, worn out, and frustrated. And here's the thing, is if they're worn out and you're worn out, if they're worn out, how likely are they to refer you? And here's the flip side is, if they're fighters and they always want to fight, how much do you really want them to refer you? Because you know who fighters hang out with, right? They hang out at Fight Club. And the first rule of Fight Club is, don't talk about Fight Club, right? But it's like, all right, you're part of the Fight Club, you don't want to work for those clients. But now, let's talk about the 98% of the people who flee, right? So we approach them, not we, I mean, typical salespeople approach them because they're told to be direct, they're told to be firm, they're told to be bold, they're told to be Adam, right? And what do? What do they do? What do most people do? What do you do when somebody comes at you? You flee, right? You flee. And guess what? What are we told to do? What are we told to do?
Don't give up.
Pursue. Don't give up. Never give up. Go get them. You're from, right? Go get them. Go get them. You finally get them on the phone again. I don't mean you. I mean the guy in the office next door, right? He finally gets them in the office or gets them on the phone. And what do they say? What do you say to a FSBO? What do you say to an expired? I mean, what do you say to an expired? I can sell your house. I guarantee it. I'm going to get it sold. Your neighbor sold for $20,000 over asking and sold in 4 days, right? Right? So overpromise, but they still say no. And they flee. What are we told to do? Nurture, chase, go get them. Go get them, Tiger. right? Keep calling until they buy or die. Right? So we've been working on our role play at 6 a.m. in the morning. We've been working on our scripts and dialogue. We know every closing from A to Z, every single one. We finally get them and we get them in a corner and it's like, hey, listen, like, I want you to know that neighbor sold for $40,000 over asking and they sold in 2 days. Like, you should totally sell your house now. I'm the one to get it. In fact, I'm the #1 agent in the office, which is only true because it's 6 a.m. and they literally are the only agent in the office. But they are #1 right now at that time. The #1, and it's like, and finally, they just beat them down. Beat that seller down, beat that buyer down. And the buyer or seller goes, okay, I'll work with it. What is the buyer or seller looking to do the entire time during that transaction? They're looking to get out. They're passive aggressive. They're looking to get out. And the problem is that salesperson, by over promising the whole time, has given them the out. If it's 4 days after listing and they haven't sold yet, they're mad. If it's 2 days after listing, they're mad. If it's, I mean, they heard their neighbor sold in 4 days, 2 days. And if they don't sell for $20,000 or $40,000 over asking, they're mad. And trust me, you don't want to promise that in today's market. So they're mad and they're frustrated. And you're mad and you're frustrated. So here's the thing. I mean, how many of you got into this business to frustrate people? Now, I know there's a couple of you. It's okay. But here's the thing. Is that frustrated client, how likely are they to refer the traditional salesperson? They're not. So what do they got to go do more of? They got to go more chase. They got to go do more chasing. They've got to chase things. And here's the thing is maybe we need to kill that. Isn't that the traditional sales funnel? Right? There is chase, go get it, talk, and then overpromise, underdeliver, frustrate, exhaust, start over. I'm not a fan of that. So this is what it looks like. This is the cycle of discontent that is, I think, the problem with general sales. I think this is the problem with how most agents are taught. Is they're taught to chase. Are you becoming better chasers? Right? And what's the benefit in becoming a better chaser? So they fight or flight. People either want to fight you or they flee. They flee. You're taught to chase, go get it. And unfortunately, to get them to work with you, we brag and we're just like, we overpromise. Well, that sets us up to do only one thing, and that is to underdeliver. And guess what? When you underdeliver, you're not going to get referrals. You're not. Right? You wondered why they weren't happier at closing. It's because of the overpromise. Right? So, how many of you love that cycle? Here's the thing. If there's a negative cycle, there must be a what? There must be a positive cycle, and there is a positive cycle. So this is the attract cycle, right? This is the referral cycle. And this cycle is you get referrals. Now, when somebody is referred to you, do you have to overpromise? No, not at all, right? In fact, here's the beauty of referral. You can tell them the truth. And in fact, you can tell them the nuclear case truth. Your rate may be 7.5%. You can tell them that because they were referred. And then when it's 699, are they upset or are they happy? They're happy with 699. So here's the thing. We tell them the truth. And here's what I'm going to throw out to you is number one, do you have a place to tell them the truth? Are you doing an initial consultation? You do them for listings. Are you doing buyer consultation? One of the biggest opportunities with what happened last year with the NAR settlement proposal was going to buyer consultations that automatically had people sign their buyer agency agreement and explain your value and also what the process looked like when they work with you. And I'm telling you, you all want to skip it, like, oh, maybe I'll get by this time. But I'm telling you right now, I walked out with 1 or 2 referrals from almost every buyer's consultation. You're missing an opportunity if you're not doing the initial consultation. Do the initial consultation, and then I want you to underpromise the whole way. I want you to tell them the worst stories you've ever heard in real estate. I want you to tell them that, like, here's an example. Hey, listen, we're gonna do inspections after you get under contract. Those inspections, the report comes back, listen, inspector's not looking for the rosy and the good stuff, they're looking for the bad stuff. So that summary page may come back with hundreds of items. How many of you have ever had an inspection report with 100 notes? Oh my God, like, I've had several of them. So it comes back with 100, and here's what I want to tell you, is we're gonna go to the seller and we're gonna ask for maybe 5 or 6 things. And I want you to know, the seller may agree to do how many? 3, like, no, they might do 0. Which happens more, 3 or 0? You know which one happens more in real estate? It's not even close. It's the 0. The 0 happens more often, because here's the thing. It happens so often, we have a word for it. Do you know what it is? When somebody accepts the property as is, right? So accepting the property as is 0. So they may come back with 0. I just want you to know that. And what does the buyer do when I'm explaining it to them? They go, okay, right? Right. Now, the transaction happens. The inspection comes back with 47 items instead of 100. Is my buyer upset or happy? Happy, right? Now, we come back and instead of asking for 6 things, I ask for 10 from the seller. Is my buyer upset or happy? They're happy, right? Now, the seller comes back and says they're going to do 0 things, right? Now, is my buyer absolutely livid, pissed off, running around the room, losing their stuff? Or are they logical and now they know they have to make a decision? Okay, now that doesn't happen. In most of my transactions, guess what? They're gonna come back and they're gonna do 5 or 6 things. Yes, right? Now, they do those 5, they say they're gonna do 5 or 6. Is my buyer upset or happy? They're happy. Little happy plus little happy plus little happy equals big freaking happy, equals smiley face, equals referrals. Did you guys write that equation down? It's big. I just made it up. But here's the thing. What did I do throughout that? What did I do? I reset their expectations, but all I did in the transaction is I did my job. Would you agree? You can do your job. You don't have to do anything special above and beyond or buy gifts to get referrals. And what if I told you buying gifts was actually detrimental to you getting referrals? Just do your job really well. And they will refer you if you tell them the truth. And I would say tell them the nuclear case truth or the worst case truth. Now, we've met with them, we tell them, we under promise, and then we over deliver. We over deliver just by doing our job. They're wowed. What do wowed clients do? They refer you, and you got another referral to do the same thing. But here's what I've noticed. When people start to refer you, they don't refer you 1. Most people refer you 2, 3, 4, or 5 within the 60 days that you're going to do transactional. Untapped opportunity. Untapped. And I'm honest, if I got to the closing and I only got 4 referrals, I was disappointed. I was like, what did I mess up? Yes.
So what's the biggest reason people don't get any referrals?
All right. So how many of you like the referral cycle? Would you like more people on the referral cycle? Would you like more referrals? Yeah. All right. So here's the secret. Thank you for the segment. You want more people on the referral cycle, you got to get on the generosity cycle. That's it. So how do I get more referrals? Now here's the thing, referrals are a result. Would you agree? Right? They're the result of something you do. Now, some people say, well, asking for referrals, but I've never asked for a referral verbally, ever in my whole life. Never asked for a referral. I don't believe in asking for referrals because it makes the other person feel what? Awkward. My entire plan is based on making people feel awesome. I want them to feel awesome the whole time. I don't want an awkward question to break that like trust and bond in the relationship. Do you? No way, right? Never ask for a referral over 500 referrals per year. So how'd that happen? It happened with generosity. Generosity, an act of generosity. We've done the research at the Referral Research Institute. Like what made referrals happen? Because here's the thing. How many of you had a referral that you got out of the blue? Or you got a referral by accident? Or a referral totally comes out of left field? And here's what I want to tell you. No, There's no such thing as a referral out of the blue. There's no such thing as a referral by accident. There's no such thing as a referral out of left field. All referrals were caused by something. And so we researched that. What happened? So we interviewed the people that were referred and the people that did the referring. And what we discovered is that you, the referral recipient, had done something during their life that had impacted them in a positive way. Now, sometimes it was something as simple as showing up to something. Sometimes it was something as simple as a compliment or praise. Sometimes it was really big stuff, like you had an event or you helped them with something, right? In a big way. Or the transaction they worked with you was a big success, right? But we need to understand what causes referrals to get more referrals. What causes most referrals is generosity. Generosity. Now, here's the thing. How does this work? What does generosity lead to? When you give massive value first, when you help someone, what kicks in? The law of reciprocity, right? They want to reciprocate. Now, we have to do a really good job. This goes back to your point earlier. We have to do a really good job of teaching people how best to reciprocate when they feel like we help them. When they want to reciprocate, don't accept the dinner. Don't accept the lunch. Don't accept the gift card. Say, no, thank you. The best way to repay me is referrals. Referrals. When you help someone, how many of you ever had somebody come up or during conversation, they go, what can I do for you? Or how can I help you? Have you ever had somebody ask you that? How can I help you? What can I do for you? And so many people are like, oh, don't worry about it. No problem. And I want you to know you missed an opportunity. When somebody says, what can I do for you? The answer is referrals. When somebody says, how can I help you? The answer is referrals. And you know what the number one response they're going to come back with is? They're going to go, oh, really? What are you looking for? Who are you looking for? They're so surprised that you are looking for referrals. And you're like, no, we just assume that they know we want referrals. No, they don't. They see your white Mercedes, right? They see your pictures with your acrylic stuff on Facebook. You're so damn successful. You don't need anything. Where are you? And even if you are, you're the ones that are hearing my message the most because you know it's true. It's generosity that leads to reciprocity. Framed properly, what does that reciprocity lead to? Referrals, right? The answer, by the way, if you ever have to make a guess when I ask a question, you're like, I don't know what he's gonna, like, what the answer is, just say referral. And you're right. It leads to referrals. Now, what do referrals lead to as far as a business? If you run a full referral-based business, you're not having to buy leads, you're not having to advertise, you're not having to spend money on marketing. What kind of business do you have? It's profitable, right? So guess what? Referrals lead to profitability, which is your business having money. Yes, business having money. Now, I understand that I was just at KWFR family reunion last week, and I talked to a lot of people, a lot of agents there running unintentional nonprofits. It's okay to be profitable. Would you agree? It's okay to be ridiculously profitable. Don't ever apologize for being stupid, but profitable. It's okay to be profitable. Now, that's your business having money. There's something more important than your business having money. It's your life, right? What's more important than money in your life? Money's important, but what's more important? Health, family, freedom, choices. Would you agree? Time, energy. You say those are more important, right? By the way, I know this about health, right? You can have 1,000 problems, but if you have a health problem, you got one problem. Know what I'm saying? Right? So all of those, if we mix them into one word, which is choice, freedom, health, wealth, time, energy, so on and so forth, it's a word called prosperity. Now, profitability leads to prosperity. What does prosperity lead to? Prosperity, ladies and gentlemen, leads to more generosity, but it's not just more generosity. The more prosperous you are, the higher and more powerful your generosity. And the higher and more powerful your generosity, the higher and more powerful the reciprocity. And the higher and more powerful referrals, and the higher and more powerful profit, and the higher and more powerful prosperity, and so on. This isn't just a cycle. It's an upward spiral of power and referrals and prosperity. So here's the thing. you guys have just set goals. You set goals last year, and I want you to know, one of the biggest lessons I ever learned in life is there are results goals and there are activities goals. Results goals are transactions. Yes? Right? How much control do you have over a transaction goal? 0. How much control do you have over your volume goal? 0, right? How much control do you have over referrals generated? 0. Now, activities. Activities are 20 phone calls a day. How much control do you have over that? 100%. So activities goals actually drive our results goals. Our results goals are the front of this bike. That's the referral cycle. Now here's the thing. What's interesting about the front wheel of a bike? What's interesting? It's there for steering and guidance. Let referrals steer and guide your business decisions. Think to yourself, is this going to lead to a referral? Does this make me more referable? Does this lead to more opportunities to get referrals? So keep referrals in your front. Use it as your guide. It also is there for balance. You're going to have more balance in your life, trust me, when you are working through referrals. You're not chasing ghosts. You're not chasing Mickey effing Mouse at Disney.com, right? As an internet lead. You are literally like running the right direction. You have more balance. Here's the other thing. Now, what's interesting about the back wheel of a bicycle? Huh?
Stability.
It's there for balance as well, right? So the two cycles balance each other really well. What else is interesting about the back wheel of a bicycle?
Controls how fast you go.
It controls how fast you go by what? What are you doing?
Putting in the work.
Putting in the work. So where we put our energy, where we put our work is the generosity cycle. So what we need to do is we need to no longer do lead generation. We need to do generosity generation. We need to seek to help. We need to call to help. We need to text to help. Instead of doing 3 hours of lead generation, what if you did 3 hours of generosity generation? Just looking to help in the spirit of helpfulness, and you're just looking to help people. Those are the activities that you control. I'm telling you right now, the most referred professional in your community is the most generous professional in your community. Period. It's a direct correlation. Some of you might be asking, like, what do I have to give? I'm going to share that in a second, because you know what? When I started in real estate, I was super poor. I didn't have any of the treasure or money. We think of money when it comes to generosity. Money is just one of our 7 gifts that we're here to get, right? So here's the thing. I think that we need to no longer have this professional suicide by realtors and by salespeople and entrepreneurs. I truly believe we need to kill the process. I think we need to kill how sales is done. Instead of thinking of it as become better chasers, let's become better attractors. Let's be more attractive, and let's study things that make us more attractive so people are coming to us. That's what I think. I don't think those were bad people. They weren't people that just gave into their drunk monkey. They weren't people that like literally were lesser than any of us, right? They just tried to get into training that taught them how to be chasers. The truth is, you can attract more business than you can ever chase. And that's the bottom line. So here's the thing. Remember the tombstone? What are the 3 words that you want on your tombstone? Do you want 2025 top salesperson on your tombstone? No. Right? Keller Williams Capper. Like I said, I gave you viewer discretion advised. I know that's not the end all be all, but capping is a really big thing. Capping means the rest of the year is 100%. That's a real good day, right? But the thing is we really need to do and focus our business on, does it align with how we want to live our life? This is the birth of your legacy right here, a legacy of love, generosity, and appreciation. All right. Now, quickly, I'll just let you know, people all the time, they just think, well, I don't have the money to give. I didn't have the money to give, right? But there are 7 things you can give. Number 1 is you can think about someone and take action on the rehab, right? A handwritten note is the definition of number 1, right? You thought about them, you wrote them a handwritten note. How many of you have ever received a handwritten note? Is that the greatest ever? How many of you have kept it? How many of you keep them forever? Right? I keep them forever. Think about a marketing piece that they open, they read, they feel, they love you, they keep forever. A handwritten note is the most powerful marketing piece that leaves your office on a daily basis. Number two, talk. We can talk about people. And I'm telling you right now, it's easy to champion a champion. And what I mean by that is that when you champion another person publicly, did you know that's actually more attractive for you than it is them? When you champion another person, like a landscaper or they actually, the people that, if they have a business, it is more, they are more attracted to you than they are the landscaper. Why? Why? Yeah, which one helps them more? The landscaper can help them with their yard, but you as a championing person, you've shown that if somebody does a good job, you are willing to publicly champion them. So guess what? When I see that, or people see that, they're like, I want her or him to champion me. I want to meet that person. Do it at your next networking function. Go there. Instead of going up and doing your pitch about yourself, go up and say, hey, listen, I'm a realtor. You guys know what they do. But what I want to talk about today is I want to talk about Jim right over there. Jim took care of my clients. He did awesome. He did everything I needed. And you know what? They raved about him. And I just wanted to talk about you. Thanks for having me. And sit down. And then after the meeting, Jim will have 1 or 2 people and you will have 12 people lining up to talk. Number 3, talent. You have talents above and beyond real estate. You have talent. Some of you are like the free IT in your household. You know what I'm saying? Right? You guys know how to use Canva. You're now dangerous. I'm just telling you, right? So it's one of those where you guys have these different talents where you can help them, right? You can help them, you can help them, you can help them do something, whatever it may be, right? Number 4 is treasure. You know, later in life, I found that I spend more time in the 7 gifts of generosity and treasure. I do trade money for time. I used to trade time for money. You know what I mean? My time was to earn money. Now I trade money for time, right? I need more time. I want more time. So number 5, this is a big one. This is me in a nutshell, is your tribe. Your tribe is your network, your sphere, your people. I call it the tribe of trust. Now, this is huge because when you are connecting people, let's say I connect, what's your name? Vince, when I connect Vince to what's your name? Althea? Authreen, like author. Green, okay, Green, what's your name again? I was so tied up in author. When I connect Vince to authoring, right? They need to be together. They're doing business. They need some type of interaction, or they're just both networking and they want to meet more people. When I connect the 2 of them, who wins? So everybody wins, right? So Vince wins, Authreen wins, but here's what's cool. I win. How much did it cost me? It didn't cost me anything. And yet they both feel like they owe me. Now, not in this scenario, right? But the thing is, there is a certain obligation that comes. So how might they repay me? No, the answer is referrals, right? So the answer is referrals. And now a subset of referrals is connections, right? So they might connect me to somebody else. Would you agree with that? Is that a good thing? That's a great thing because my tribe grows and I get to connect more people. The old ABC, does anybody remember Glenn Ross, where he's pounding the chalk against the chalkboard? Anybody seen a chalkboard? You guys ever seen a chalkboard? Right? Never seen a chalkboard, never used a typewriter, right? So don't talk to me about abacuses when you're later. So you guys remember ABC, always be closing, right? That's the goal. That's traditional. That doesn't work, right? That just insults people. That badgers people, right? That's where the wolf on Wall Street's humping the phone after the call. He closed them, right? Good for him. That's awesome. Good job. You're in prison now, but good job, right? So here's the thing. There's a new ABC in town. The new ABC is A, always, B, B, C, connecting. Always be connecting. Always be connecting. Connecting like one-to-one, connecting, right? Connecting small group and connecting with yourself, right? So connecting, always be connecting. Number 6 is teach. Teach is another power that you have. And I'm gonna put this out to you. like today, take one thing that you learned from today, maybe not me, but from Jim, from anybody, and go teach someone what you learned. Because here's the thing, when you teach another, two people are learning. And guess what? How many of you are thinking about teaching something from today? You're the ones that took a page or two of notes. You took more notes and you're like wanted to give her, you're probably the one that has the best questions because you're gonna be accountable to it later. If you're just here as a spectator, you didn't get much, right? I'm definitely not entertaining. I'm definitely not good looking. I'm definitely like, there's a lot of things that aren't entertaining. I just talk a little bit louder than most people, right? But it's like, guess what? Each one teach one. Each one teach one. Just take something that you learn and teach another, even if it's your 16-year-old teenager, even if it's your 4-year-old, I don't care. But be accountable to what you're learning to teach it. Because guess what? When you teach, it's generous. It's generous. Now, the last one, you guys can probably guess the last T, starts with T, right? And it is time. You can give your time. You can help people. You can volunteer. You can sit with people. You can reach out to people who are in pain. You can reach out to people who lost a loved one. You can reach out to people that were in Asheville when the hurricane hit. You can do a lot of really cool things just simply through your time, and your time, precious asset. It's generous, right? So those are the 7 gifts of generosity. You have those gifts in different scales, in different degrees. You just have to figure out which one is the one you're going to wield like a daily weapon in helping people. You are a superhero. You are a freaking superhero. You are a superhero. You are the gift, right? I mean, you are the gift. You are the gift of generosity. You don't need trinkets. You don't need swag bags. You don't need stuff, right? You are the gift. Give you. Give of you. That's what generosity means. And here's the thing, right? This is a message that is super, super old. By the way, a lot of you are already in Gen. If you feel the urge, join gen.com. Podcast we have a event coming up at the end of March in Atlanta. We took all the best speakers from Family Reunion. We brought them to Atlanta. And we're doing this event at the end of March. Yep. It's at the Omni Centennial Park. That hotel is sold out. The neighboring hotel is sold out. I apologize, but you live here. So you have an advantage over everybody that wants to go to this, but have to fly in, right? They're all booking Airbnbs for $1,000 a night, right? You get to stay in your own bed, right? So it's an opportunity. Look at it. It's a really cool event, right? Lots of breakouts, lots of cool things. If you don't like my voice or me, don't go because I do speak at it. And I just want to say one thing is you know, this message there is, and I'm going to go there, Jim, if it's all right with you. All right. So here's the thing. There was a passage in the Bible that changed my life. Okay, now you're like, holy cow, did this just turn into a sermon? No, it didn't. But I just have to share with you Proverbs 11:25. Okay, so Proverbs 11:25 says, "A generous one shall be a prosperous one. He who refreshes others shall himself be refreshed." Okay. All right, so here we go. First amen is gonna come in a few seconds, but so here's what I want to tell you about, is that please notice why I grew up in a shack in a small town in Kansas with dirt floors and a potbelly stove in the middle that I have a burn mark on my back when I was being disciplined. So here's the thing. I always thought to be generous, you had to have money. Yeah? Isn't that who is, I mean, everybody's like Elon Musk, he should totally give money. Like, you're giving? Like, I mean, what did you give today? Don't talk about him. But here's the thing. I want you to know a generous one shall be a prosperous one. Which comes first, generosity or prosperity? Generosity changed my life, my entire mindset in one sentence. It is a promise over 2,000 years old that if I'm generous, people will reciprocate, and I need to be open-minded, open-handed to opportunity and say, yes. And then I'll be prosperous. Guess what happened? Generosity led to more prosperity than I ever dreamed possible. And then the second part, he who refreshes others shall himself be refreshed. We're all looking to be refreshed, like, please refresh me. But no, we gotta go first. We gotta go first. We gotta refresh others. He who refreshes others shall what? Be refreshed himself. So go refresh people, go energize people. Screw your energy. You want to know the fastest way to raise your motivation and energy? Go raise somebody else's motivation and energy. That's how you do it. Here's what I hope at least you think about focusing on a more attractive way of doing business. And I hope you at least contemplate how you are going into rooms and you are greeting people. That's what I hope. If that one small lesson hit home a little bit, then we're all the better for it. So I love you. I appreciate you. And I really appreciate the opportunity. We do have a TV to give away. I know you're excited about that. And a book. Yes, thank you for remembering that. And we're gonna give away $1,000 ticket to RMS, Referral Mastery Summit. Okay, you guys good with that? All right, so let's collect. If you haven't filled out the enter to win, right? And if you want to change your answers on there after you heard me speak, then make sure you do that.
I fold it.
You can do whatever you want. I think folding good. It gives them more dimension, right? more thickness, right? If you could do like a Rubik's cube, for sure, fold it into a cube. It's got a really good feel. By the way, if you win the book, you'll also be able to win the TV or the ticket. I just want you guys. I don't want anybody disappointed by the book. Like, oh, I don't want my book. That's old school right there. That is old. That is the second edition. Even keep that. It might be worth $30, $40. Right.
In your book, the 7-level communication, Michael, what are the top 2 levels of communication? I don't hear this. This is still so important as we try to do everything by text these days.
Yeah.
We try to do everything. So tell us a little bit about the book.
Well, all right. So it's a love story that even a guy can read. Just telling you. It's a love story that even a guy could read. It's about a struggling, slumping agent who needs to find a different way. And throughout that, he finds out a lot about himself and transforms. The 7 levels of communication is just a pyramid. I don't teach like exactly the communication pyramid. I actually show it to you. And then the entire book is, the reason I wrote it in a story is because A, I wanted to be more interesting. B, I wanted to show you the strategies that got you referrals instead of just telling you the strategies of how to get referrals. So Rick ends up becoming the most referable person in his office, and he also gets some nice perks about that. And the fact that they all die in the end is a little weird twist. But here's the thing: is and to go back to his comment, is there are 7 levels of communication. The bottom level of communication to your sphere is the advertising, and then there's direct mail, super expensive, less than 0.5% return. Direct mail is an extremely poor way to try to grow your business, right? The next one is electronic communication, which is texting and email, Facebook messaging, social media even. And guess what? It's also an informational level. Then the middle level of the 7 is handwritten notes. Handwritten notes are its own level. They're on their own level, period. It's a weapon. If you want to get a person who is a stranger to like you, a opening also of a handwritten note. You want to get expires? Write them handwritten notes. You want to get for sale by owners? Don't call them. Write them a handwritten note. Write them a handwritten note. And then in the PDF, put, please text me when you get it, right? And then the top 3 levels, which been alluded to, is phone calls. Yes, phone calls, text messages, to set up a phone call is still that most impactful. It's an influential level thing. And then events. And I'll just tell you right now, like I set this industry on fire with events 15 years ago. And it used to be nobody did events. And then I did housewarming parties, and then I talked about doing December events. Now we're talking about doing 3 to 7 events a year. And we just had a guy who was interviewed for Referral Podcast who got 500 referrals in one day at his event. And that, I had Sherry Harrington, who's with KW out of San Diego. Her dropped last Tuesday and she got 69 referrals in one day. And then we have somebody that's coming on tomorrow or today, just landed today, she got 59 referrals at her very first event. And we have Event Mastery coming up in March if you're interested in learning more about that, but events. And then the top level, and this still has so much use, but it does take a lot of time, energy, effort, and so on, and that is one-to-ones. One-to-ones. One-to-ones are the highest level of communication. Why do we do listing presentations? And why don't we just do them by Zoom? Why don't we just do them by text? No, we go there, we present. Why? Because it gives us a better chance of being successful and gives us a better impact. Could you imagine if you're the agent who said, yeah, I'll do it by Zoom, and the other 2 agents said, I'll come to your house? Who's going to win? One of those two, right? So those are the 7 levels of communication.
And like all these guys, he mentioned another word, and it was tribe.
Yeah.
Are you part of my tribe?
I'm part of your tribe.
Am I
You're
part of
my
yours?
tribe.
Yes, so because when I called him and said, I want you to come to this event.
Yeah.
He was, I'm not coming. There was no discussion, I'm coming, I'll be there for you.
Yeah.
But that's why tribe is important.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you so much, and I just and also you got a new office. Let's break this puppy in the right way.
So who likes this guy? Whoa! Come here and know more about you. Guys, this guy's the real deal. He'll say the truth. How do they do it one more time?
Well, I do have a confession to make.
Confess.
I joined KW last Friday. I was at EXP for a couple of years, did a lot of damage over there, did really good, helped a lot of people, but I'm on the new, here's the thing, the announcement that was just announced with CoreLogic, WhoopNet and everybody else. It's the first of several announcements that are gonna come out that's going to change something that needed to change. When I was in this business in the 90s, early 2000s, you couldn't shut Keller Williams agents up. They were like so annoying. They were telling you about Keller Williams everywhere you went. Every co-op was, hey, you see what we're doing at Keller Williams? Where the hell is that going? And I'm telling you right now, get on the KW train right now, because there are some really powerful things that are happening this year and the next 5 years. I can't disclose a lot of it, but I just want you to know that this is the first. I mean, here's the thing. You were worried about fees going up and they just brought in $1 billion partner. They don't need your money anymore, right? I mean, yeah, you're gonna have a cap because guess what? You gotta have skin in the game and so on and so forth. But the thing is they don't have to come to you for a capital call. They don't have to come to the market centers for a capital call. They just they brought a president on that had $1 billion. This is the first president ever that has been in that position. Most of the time, a president is an expense plus the investment in them, right? In this case, he brought a bunch of money and a bunch of skill, and the transitions are gonna be awesome. So it's the data, you can whatever. And honestly, all of it, just applaud what they're doing, but just keep doing your business. It doesn't really matter to you. It's probably not gonna, but they're making some really, really cool changes to kind of revamp everything that's going on and get back into culture and get back to the point where, damn, you guys are cheerleading on the streets. When's the last time you bragged about KW to a co-op agent? And guess what? Maybe the next time is the best time. And just make it happen, because guess what? It's worth championing. I mean, I could go on. I mean, here's another thing. I'll tell you, here's another thing I'm fired up. There is a boomerang effect that is happening at EXP, Real, LPT, and Epic. And I have an advantage. I get a 30,000 foot on all, right? But here's the thing. Here's what people have discovered is that working from home sucks. That's what they've discovered. They're working at the kitchen table. They're working in a bedroom. They're working in the closet. Well, guess what? It's time for them to get out of the kitchen, get out of the closet. Thank God. right? And they're coming to the office. They need an office to be productive. Well, who has all the offices? KW. KW has the best model for someone who actually wants to be productive in this business. And that's the truth. At EXP, when you have a question for the broker, do you know where you go? Neither do I. For 3 years. For 3 years, I didn't know who the heck was a broker over my, and it wasn't an office, it was just a thing. There isn't an office. I get on the KW train. Yeah.
Mr. Chair, you know, like the last buyers that I had that put offers, I got the contract because they said, oh, you know, you are Keller Williams and we do contract well, so we will work with you. Yeah.
Well, it's not always that. But when we get to that point, man, you're not with KW, not even there doing it. That would be so good, right? We should do that as a commercial. But here's the other thing. You guys know former KW agents, yes?
Yeah.
Talk to them. Just talk to them. Just talk. Just open up the conversation, right? Just open up the conversation. You have former downline people who are no longer downline people. Just talk to, just reach out to them this week and just say, there's some pretty cool things happening at KW. We'd love to, are you ready for this language? We'd love to welcome you home. Well, this is a home. This is a home. We're their family. We don't judge them. They're like a kid who went off to college. Come on back when you're ready. We love you. Just welcome them home. Just let them know there's some really cool things happening at KW. So you're like, the mayor really drank the Kool-Aid. And I'm just telling you, I didn't drink any Kool-Aid. I'm a very logical, very like high thinker. And what I'm saying is, I'm not trying to sell anybody. It's just bottom line. It's a logical conclusion of what's about to happen over the next 5 years.
I go, give me my hand, I'll be loved.
Oh, this is my beautiful wife. I should have done that first. I should have done it first. Because, yeah, thank you. She shows shy, right? She is shy. She does not feel comfortable in front of the audience. But she should be the one in front of the audience. And here's the thing, right? I mean, instantly, a lot of you are just thinking, totally introduced her first, because it's so much credibility for my sales ability. Are you kidding? And I did it. And I mean, thank God for alcohol and a few other things, but I'm at weak moments were made for opportunity. All right. All right. Is this everybody? You might change your answer after I spoke with like a 9, 10, I'm interested in like a 1, like 1. Okay. All right, so the first thing we're gonna draw for is the book. Now, you're gonna win the book, then we throw your name back in. Then we're gonna draw for the RMS ticket, $1,000 ticket, okay? We'll draw for the ticket, and then that's it. You're not gonna go back.
If you're not gonna change, give the ticket back.
Or yeah, or someone else, right? And then we're gonna do the TV. Sound good? All right, so for the board. All right, somebody who folded it. How many of you folded it? Oh, you're all good. All right, the winner is Susan Fraley. Yay! Copies for that. You already have several copies, right? So give it as a gift, right? Generosity is the theme of the day. All right. I'll put your stuff in there. All right, so this is before I take it to RMS. Who wants to win this? Who wants to win? Okay. So here's the thing. If you don't win, let's talk. Let's get you there. Is that fair enough? Here's what I'd like. And here's the thing. I'm super sensitive to sales, right? So I've been everything. But here's the thing. Let's figure out a way to get you a ticket to RMS. I have like 10 tickets left. So if we could sell those out today and we could work out a deal, then let's do it. Is that fair enough? Okay. All right. Oh, you're gonna, oh, sure.
Don't be mad at me, okay? Listen right here.
Well, somebody's gonna be really happy.
I like it, at least one.
So there's no way. Susan Fraley. What did you do? Like, no, I mean, like,
They're buying a lottery ticket right now.
are you available
I think.
28th and 29th? We'd love to have it, by the way, and I didn't brag on it, I mean, it's family reunion come to. Right. All right, now, if Susan Fraley's name comes up one more time. So this is for the flat screen TV. Hey, and just so you know, this is a really nice TV. I have this exact TV in my workout room. It's a 43-inch. It does fit in an SUV perfectly, just so you know. Okay, all right. Who wants to win a TV? Who wants to win the TV? All right.
I'm not in the drawing.
Jim Alexander? Oh. It's not really. Kathy Radler? Welcome, thank you.
Fill it out.
I'll get details to you on the program after coming here. Here's what I like. I know we've got, I think there's 2 or 3. I would love to get a table at 10. Just your, that's all we have left. You know, all right. So,
Guys, what do you think about the new room, guys? Enjoy the notes. Thank you.